They said till death do us apart, but my late husband took that as a challenge. It's been 8 years now since Angela's husband, Mike, died. For 8 years, Angela couldn't move on. She didn't believe anyone could ever compare to Mike. He was her soulmate, her love at first sight. Years went by and Angela met a man named Josh. They had an instant connection. Josh was kind, he was loving, he was patient. After a few dates, Angela started to believe she could love again. Everything was going well. Josh even invited Angela to his place. But Angela never brought him to hers. She was waiting for the right moment. She wanted them to know each other better. Little did Angela know that inviting Josh into her home would be the beginning of her nightmare. It began on a Saturday night. Angela and Josh finally decided it was time for him to come over. Angela was thrilled. She spent all day cooking, making sure everything was perfect. She was falling for this man. Josh arrived and they sat down at the dining table. Then something strange happened. The food that Angela had served was ice cold. She could have sworn it was steaming when she plated it. Puzzled, Angela reheated it. She set it on the table hot again, but in an instant, the entire house turned freezing cold. She couldn't make sense of it. Outside, the night was warm. They put blankets around themselves. The moment they did, the lights cut out. It felt like the universe was conspiring to ruin their night. They lit candles. The flames snuffed out immediately, even with every window closed. That was when they both knew something was deeply wrong. Josh tried to laugh it off. This house is starting to feel haunted, he said. They both laughed. They both felt nervous and uneasy, so they called it a night and Josh left. The second Josh stepped out of the front door, the house grew warm again. Angela laid in bed, asking herself, is this house really haunted? She laughed at the thought and fell asleep. The next morning, Angela had just finished her shower when she heard music, loud music. She stepped out of the bathroom, towel wrapped around her, and followed the sound. When she entered her bedroom, her wedding song was blasting from the radio. And spread across her bed was her wedding dress with the veil. Angela panicked. She screamed, whoever is doing this, I'm calling the cops. She ran for her phone. That's when she heard his voice. I am not leaving you, my wife. It was Mike's voice, clear, directly behind her. Angela froze. Her blood ran cold. In that moment, she understood Mike was haunting her. She threw on her clothes and went straight to Josh. She told him everything. Josh was devastated. He cared for Angela deeply. He saw a future with her. He had hoped to marry her. There was no way he would let a ghost stand between them. Together, they made a plan. They found a priest who dealt with spirits. The priest came to the house, sprayed in every room, and blessed it with holy water. But Mike wasn't ready to leave, not even after the priest. This time, he returned, more aggressive than before. In the days that followed, the house became terrifying. Angela's wedding song played in every room. Around the clock, photographs of her and Mike, the ones she'd packed away, now hang in every wall. The scent of their favorite meal filled the air, even when the stove was off. It was worse when Josh visited. Mirrors shattered without warning. The temperature would plummet until they could see their breath. It became dangerous. They stopped having dates at the house. One night, Angela told Josh the truth about Mike. She told him how deeply they had loved each other, how they were utterly reckless in love. She told him that when Mike fell ill, he begged her not to take him to the hospital. He couldn't bear to be away from her. So the doctors came to him. They treated him at home. He died in their bed, holding her hand. Angela looked at Josh and said, our love was strong, but I can't stay with him as a ghost. I think the only way forward is to sell the house. So Angela sold the house. The house was sold to a few different families, but no one stayed. They kept living within days. They all felt the same complaints. Doors slamming on their own, radios switching on in the dead of the night playing wedding songs. the sound of footsteps when the rooms were empty, all of it. Word spread fast. Within 6 months, every realtor in town knew not to touch it. The listing will sit online for a day before someone flagged it as the Bauhaus. Local teenagers dared each other to touch the front gate. None of them made it past the porch. The second family that bought it tried to fight back. They weren't believers, not at first. The husband was a constructor. He said ghosts don't like renovations. He tore out the carpet, repainted the walls, even replaced the bedroom floor where Mike died. That night, he woke up to find every can of paint emptied into the new floor, and in the middle of the mess, written with a finger, "Mine." They left before sunrise, didn't even pack. The third family bought in a medium. Angela saw it on the local news. The woman lasted 20 minutes. She walked out pale, refused to speak on camera, and told the reporter of Mike, "That man in there isn't haunting the house. He is the house, and he is in love." After that, the bank took it back. No one would buy it, not at any price. Years went by. Josh and Angela finally got married. It was a small wedding, just them and few friends. No big church, no white aisle. Angela couldn't do it, not yet. But when Josh slipped the ring on her finger, her hands didn't shake. For the first time in 10 years, she felt warm. They bought a new house across town, a real fixer-up with creaky floors and a yard full of weeds. Josh said, "This one, we built it together. No ghosts in the wall, just us." The first night there, Angela walked through every room. She opened every closet. She stood in the empty bedroom and waited. Silence. Just silence. She cried that night, not for fear, but from relief. A year later, Angela got pregnant. Josh was the one who cried. He put his hand on her stomach every morning and whispered, "Hey kid, your mom is the strongest person I know. Don't ever scare her like that old house." But sometimes late at night, when the house is quiet, Angela still thinks about the house. She wonders if it's still empty. She wonders if the radio still plays. She wonders if Mike is still in there. Angela hopes and prays that Mike finds peace, because she really loved and cared for him. So she wishes that he finally rests in peace, because at the end, she loved him. The haunted house on the other side, it's still there. I guess Mike just wants him and Angela in that house.